so many people just accept their kind of situation and like aren't willing to adapt or aren't willing to try and change or take a risk.
This is Louis Armstrong.
My life has transformed dramatically over the last 6 months.
I was like lost at that point. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
But that's what I think you need. I think you need to go through that bad stage or that bad period of feeling so shit and low to then go and elevate and then just go and fucking absolutely smash it.
And then the answer's like there in front of them, but they're too afraid to just take the leap. That thing you were thinking about doing, do it. That place you were thinking about going to, go
and do it.
Yeah.
That was the moment, that was the pinnacle moment that you just fucking changed and just leveled the fuck up from that moment.
What's your goals?
My goals? Yeah, I would say.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to First Things First. We are still in Marbella. We're bronzing ourselves. I have a special guest today, one of my good friends, or should I say best friend, Louis Armstrong.
What a compliment. And we're doing what we do best, which is drinking very strong iced black coffees whilst getting very tanned. There's no two people in the world that love getting tanned more than me and Mike. We've often had competitions over the years. Mike normally comes out on top. There was one summer where I beat Mike.
2020.
Oh my God. I was so tanned, but it did cost me because I had an issue after that.
Yeah, we won't go into that. We could do, actually. This podcast is going to go in many different directions. But it's good to finally have you on. Actually, I wanted to have you on sooner, but I think this time last year probably wouldn't have been the best time to have you on.
No, I think definitely now is the best time. Because maybe in a month or so it might also not be the best time.
Yeah.
We don't know. We'll see how things go.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Louis was my first ever cameraman. We worked together when I was growing my YouTube channel. I think we officially started in, was it 2019?
Yeah.
2019, then we did it for at least a solid 2 years before we parted ways and you kind of went off and did your own thing. So I owe it to Louis for helping me to grow my channel to what it is today. So I appreciate that.
It's another big compliment. I'm feeling...
Yeah, can I have some now, please?
That means a lot to me. I think when I joined Mike was just kind of wanting to transition from fitness into more kind of lifestyle. Right. And I was pretty confident. Like, it's always very easy to tell someone else what you want to see from them, but sometimes yourself it's harder to, like, you were constantly questioning yourself, like, fuck, do you think I can make this style of video?
Yeah.
And then I remember we posted the Dubai video, did really well, but there was a lot of people being like, oh, like, what's this? This is
they're like,
content.
you're not a travel vlogger. You don't make these types of videos. You just do fitness videos. So stick to the fitness videos.
And then we basically had to just trial it and do like 2 fitness videos and 1 travel video. Yeah. 2 fitness videos, 1 travel video.
Yeah.
And now it's more mainly just only lifestyle.
Literally, you can. The beauty is now I can go out with a camera and make a video about literally anything. And there's a pretty good chance that people are going to watch it, which is a great position to be in because it means the content is never going to run out.
Exactly.
Whereas if I just stuck to doing fitness all the time, it's kind of like, oh, how many times are you going to make a video about training chest?
Yeah, 5 best exercises for 3D delts.
Yeah, that's a great video, but I've already done more than enough of them.
And I remember in Ibiza when we had to go to Nirvana and film all of them, basically your full split, but in peak heat.
Peak heat.
Whilst trying to party with the Harrison twins. That was...
and forgetting the equipment at the microphone.
Yeah, that was always a bad one.
Yeah.
Anyone who works as a videographer or even for podcasts and stuff, like, it's a lot of like... It's a lot of pressure, to be honest. Like, you have to make sure your memory card's working. You need to make sure you've got batteries for your camera. You need to make sure the mic's plugged in. You need to make sure the mic's charged. Like, there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Yeah.
And the good thing about Mike is he was always very understanding. Like, Mike's, I guess, forte is that you basically grinded and made all of your videos yourself for the first kind of 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So you understood exactly how things go. And even like when you're editing or if your like memory card gets formatted, like, things do go wrong. Yeah. And I think because you had the experience of doing it yourself, you were always understanding.
Yeah.
But it can be scary. Like, Mike used to come out, like, used to do these one-liners. I remember there was one specifically. And my camera used to, if we filmed in slow motion, it wouldn't record the audio. So you had to switch the settings from slow motion back to normal. And Mike just went off on this, like, once-in-a-lifetime rant.
Epic speech.
Yeah, like, literally the best ever. And then, like, we just went to play it back to make sure that everything was good, and it was just in slow motion with no audio.
And I thought I couldn't do it again. Oh,
so I had to go in the naughty room for a bit after that.
Yeah.
But we got through it, and Mike was the best person I could have ever worked for in my life. Like, what was so good about Mike is that whenever we used to go and make videos for his channel, he always used to tell me like, "Oh, like you film stuff for yourself as well. Like you make sure that you use this opportunity to grow your own brand and grow your own channel." Like a lot of people would be quite selfish and not want me to kind of progress. Like obviously me and Mike, the bond that we had, the relationship we had, we're best friends and we're working together. And like, so the chemistry is so easy. I was at the time was extremely passionate about photography and videography. You got me at the best time because everyone wants someone to work for them who, well, one is their best friend and two, who is extremely passionate about the thing.
Yeah.
So it was literally perfect. And they're the years that just pretty much completely transformed my life. So big thank you to you, Mike.
No
That
worries.
changed my life forever. Now we're here. Honestly, if it hadn't been for Mike, probably wouldn't be here.
I don't know, what else would you be doing?
I don't know what I'd be doing, but something strange probably.
You have managed to, despite all the ups and downs, live a very fucking sick life so far.
Yeah.
Like the quality of life that you have is pretty good.
I feel like I'm quite lucky because Mike did help me skip all those kind of middle steps. So like Mike had to literally grind in London in his apartment alone for 2 years making whiteboard videos and cooking shite vegetables and like doing meal prep for tenner a day. And Mike had to do all of that hard work to grow his brand and to...
It would take a full day to do one video, setting up the cameras, cooking every meal. Oh, honestly, I don't know if I could go back and do that again.
So many people don't even realize that you did that. And I always tell everyone when I use Mike as an example, like Mike had to grind like fuck. You have no idea the shit that he had to do and like the tedious videos that you had to do to be able to live this now.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky because I never really had to do any of those tedious videos.
How did you get into it? The photography and the videography.
Watched Casey Neistat on YouTube.
Yeah.
When he was doing daily vlogs, and then I was like, right, I want to buy a camera. And then from there, I was like, I bought a camera and I bought a drone.
How old are you at this point?
I just left uni, well, just finishing uni, so 23,
Yeah.
24. And then, but me and Mike, the whole time whilst I was at uni, and Mike was in, we always stayed in touch. Like I was watching Mike grow his YouTube channel, and I always used to ask you.
We first met.
Hollister.
I don't know if we first met out and about, but we first properly met in Hollister. So I started working there. I was a assistant manager. This was in, what year was that? I was
like 2019.
No, it was a little bit after that because I turned 20.
Might have been 2020. Must have been 2020.
2020.
No,
that's a few years ago.
Wait, I'm confused.
2010.
2010. Yeah, that's it.
2010. 2011. Yeah, maybe 2011 because I was 21. No, 22. I was 22 when I was working at Hollister. 2012.
And I was already working there before you started.
Yeah.
And everyone was talking about like, oh, Mike Thurston might be coming to work here. This is before Instagram was even a thing, but like Facebook was a thing.
Yeah.
So I used to follow Mike and Joss and like literally love them. So like they were literally my idols. And like back then, like because like they had massive Facebook pages, but like they were like unreachable basically. It was like kind of like Ziz. But like you and Joss were like the UK versions, and everyone in Hollister was talking about like, oh, Mike Thurston's coming to work here, like he's a super jacked guy. And I was all excited and I was like, fuck, this will be sick. I'll actually get to meet him. And then he came, and then I used to just be really badly behaved.
Yeah.
And then Mike would kind of get a little bit annoyed at me, but I would just basically melt his head with as many questions as possible. And then
working at Hollister, I don't know if anyone understands, especially what it was like back in the day. People would basically get hired based on how they looked.
Yeah.
Not how they performed or their common sense or anything like that. It was literally purely on looks. So you were basically in charge of quite a lot of good looking but extremely incompetent people, which often sometimes made my life and other managers' lives a lot harder.
Yeah, like when I interviewed twice for Hollister, and the first time they told me no because I had too much hair gel. So I was like, right, okay, I'll come back the next week or something with less hair gel. Then I got my job. But eventually I got sacked from Hollister.
Did you?
Yeah, for running around. And so in Hollister, it was famous for like girls' jean shorts. And someone dared me to run around the shop topless in just girls' jean shorts. So of course I did it. And then I had already had too many warnings, so just got sacked.
Yeah, there's CCTV cameras there everywhere. I'd love to see that footage, to be honest.
And also there was another time where like in Hollister you would also go down and put the bins out, but it would take like 10 minutes. But I used to like go down and take the bins out, sneak out the back door, go and sit in Nando's for like half an hour and then come back. And they'd be like, where have you been for an hour? Oh, just taking the bins out.
Fuck.
But
That was a funny time because I remember both of us, we were just talking about what we'd rather be doing.
Exactly.
Especially when you had to work in that shop, it was a dark shop. And I think how long were your shifts? Like 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah, 5 hours.
But mine were like 8, 9 hours.
Horrible.
And every day I had to be there. I had to be there at the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, because it was the busiest day of the week. So managers couldn't really take time off. And I was just like, fucking hell, what am I going to do in my life? I remember the senior managers the regional managers would come down every so often and be like, oh, so, where do you see your future in this company? And I was just like, oh my, I have to come up with some bullshit saying like, yeah, I'd love to get promoted and be in this senior position. But I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I just knew that I had to get out at some point.
I literally have, I have like the exact picture of you in the polo top, in the jeans, in the flip flops, just with your hair a little bit more spiky.
Yeah.
Just stomping around.
Stomp around with a freshly shaved face.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't allowed any stubble.
How mad is that? It's literally insane.
Yeah.
But I remember like you used to be able also to pick your shifts and you could see what managers were on. So I just used to always pick my shifts around when Mike was working.
Yeah.
So again, I basically started networking when I was 17.
And then after that, what happened? I became a personal trainer. I left that job, became a personal trainer, then opened up a gym, and then you continued to work for a bit, and then you got sacked.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then
You started working for your girlfriend's.
moved to Ireland, yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's when I got the drone and the camera. And basically I realized with the drone, like we're obviously staying in like a really nice luxury property now, but at the time no one had drones. But I just copied Casey Neistat, and luckily my ex's brother bought me the drone and he was like, oh, you can make some money out of this, like I'll help you set up a little business. So I used to literally drive around Ireland and just stick the drone up. Literally would take me 5 minutes and then charge people like 300 quid for drone photos of their house. And then I started making like decent money by doing that. And then I just invested all of that money into getting all camera gear.
Yeah.
And that was the time where it was literally like I was watching YouTube tutorials, same way people would have watched your YouTube videos to learn how to lift and how to diet. I was watching YouTube videos on how to edit photos, how to shoot videos, how to make cinematic edits. That's when I was just literally all day, every day. And that's when me and Mike weren't together, but I used to still just talk to Mike all the time. And I remember literally so many times just texting him being like, fuck, I need to get out of this life, man. And Mike has always told me, like, just do it then. Just do it. And that's what you need. You need someone just like, I hear all these really successful people now talk about their mentors. And Mike had various mentors. I remember him taking calls with him when we were in London. And I was like, fuck, I realized the other day that literally Mike was my mentor for so many years and I didn't have to pay him anything. So I'm literally extremely fortunate and lucky for that.
Yeah, I meet a lot of people as well who they come up to me and they often describe the situation they're in. They're unhappy and they want to change. And then the answer's like there in front of them, but they're too afraid to just take the leap. So like just fucking do it. That thing you were thinking about doing, do it. That place you were thinking about going to, go
and do it.
Like, why are you gonna stay put and just complain?
It's the worst when people do. The thing is, not like if you go somewhere and it doesn't work out, you can always just go back and live with your parents or go back to your shite hometown, wherever it is, and like, and then you just save up some money again for 6 months and then just keep trying until eventually it works.
Yeah, that's what I did when I left Newcastle, left the gym, left all my clients. I had to go back home for a month and just reassess. I only had as the EHP Lab sponsorship of $1,000 a month. That was all the money that I had coming in. I was like, oh my God. This was when I was 26, 27. So I thought I'd taken a massive step backwards. Felt like a failure. But that shift and that time of desperation is when you really fucking grind. Especially
as well, you were like, your dad's quite like by the book as well.
Yeah.
So he probably had quite high expectations of you.
Yeah.
And then you also ran people like who were running nightclub events in Newcastle, which they were probably making good money, but just wasn't the right scene for you.
I don't know.
I think you were pretty well aware of that. Like, you didn't want to be in that scene at all.
No. I mean, I could have had an all right future in it, but I think I did it for It started. Actually, no. I guess it started when I was working topless
Tuesday.
in Tuesdays in Newcastle. That was sick. That's when I felt like I was getting some real recognition for me going to the gym, because everyone was like, "Oh my god, this guy's shredded," and it was
I used to
obviously
get paid decent for that for being a student.
30 quid.
Was it? Yes. 30 quid to walk around for 3 hours if you top off.
Getting the
Best money ever.
the female attention you get would be absolutely outstanding. But you would get your head melted by a lot of Geordies who
Yeah.
are off their nut as well. which
Telling you,
was-
I
I just look like that one.
yeah. Exactly.
And then what the fuck are we talking about?
Your steps to leaving.
Oh yeah. And
And the nightclub scene in
the
Newcastle.
nightclub scene, and then did a season here in Marbella, which honestly was probably the best time that I could have possibly done it, because I'd just finished university and I was like, I don't want to go back to Leeds, then work in some really basic job. I want to get some life experience. I just want to be somewhere else. And that was when I came out here, managed to already secure a job, literally walking around the port, trying to get people to go into 7 Funky Buddha and opera rooms, working with, under Phil Savage. And basically had to cold approach strangers, which I had no experience doing that. I had no confidence. So that was like something which helped me massively with my people skills. And then you just understand street smarts, just being out and about, like in the port from 10:30 p.m. till 3:30 a.m., then going to the club afterwards. Doing that every single day.
It's literally insane.
And
And
then,
most people, the other people that you were working with, they were just getting fucked up every night. But I think you had a little bit more routine. You were still going to the gym and stuff.
yeah. The funny thing was that I was the youngest one there, which was good. There was a lot of people who were older than me. And like I didn't really have much to do in the day. So I went to the gym. I was going to the gym like 6 times a week. And I mean, I was literally not making any money. I was making some money, but it was all going to rent. So I just literally lived off the most basic food ever. Any alcohol I was drinking was free. And I didn't have any money to basically leave the port. So I just stayed in the port the whole time.
So mad, because it sounds so bad now when you think about it. But as you said, that's what makes you street smart. That's what makes you like, all of that shit counts towards the person you are today. Like if we walk around the port tonight, we'd be looking at them guys doing that job being like, fuck, like imagine having to do that. But we've done that before. I did it in Newcastle, handing out flyers and like just dealing with like the most horrible drunk people and like having to try and talk to them. And like knowing that if you get them a band, that if they go in, you're going to get a little bit more money, like a quid extra. Like that is just, I'm so grateful that we had to do that shit.
Yeah.
Like I think you're from a similar like middle class. So like my mum and dad never give me money. I don't think your dad ever give you money.
He'd give me some, but I have to do chores. So I have to polish the shoes, clean the rugby boots, mow the lawn, clean his car.
Nice. My grandma would give me money as well. I have to clean her car. Sometimes I'd clean my grandma's car every day of the week just because she'd give me a £5. Cut her grass as well. She'd be like, "Oh, you sure the grass needs cut again?" Yeah. Let's cut it again. Give us a £5.
It's funny for those people who don't really know what they should be doing, or they feel a bit lost. Just go and do something.
Get experience, yeah.
You get the experience. At least you get a bit of money, but that's when you figure out the types of things you want to be doing and what you don't want to be doing. Because like when I was working at Hollister, for example, that was when I realized the only thing that I truly cared about was just going to the gym. And I used to hate Hollister because it would get in the way of my gym routine. Like I had to go to the gym. Either I would never go because my shift was basically all over the place. I found out the best system was to go. It was in Eldon Leisure.
Yeah, no, I remember up
in Eldon Square, and I would just squeeze a workout in between my lunch break and just get it done because I was too tired to do it after the gym. And then before, I just didn't like waking up too early. But then it just pissed me off how I couldn't just have time to train.
Oh, fuck, man, that life.
Yeah.
Please, we're past it now, though. We escaped it pretty fast.
Yeah.
Like some people that we know are still living that life.
It's
this is the thing now. What I've realized as well, especially traveling a lot, is like so many people just accept their kind of situation and like aren't willing to adapt or aren't willing to try and change or take a risk, and they're just like, "Oh, this is my life." Like even I went back to the UK for the first time in 2 years last week, and I'm not shitting on the UK or the people in the UK. I love my friends there, I love my family there, but like honestly, I don't know what people are doing there. Like they all just are like literally like in a simulation. Like they just are scared to take risks or do anything that's out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And like even me, to be honest, like I'm happy to vlog. Like I don't ever care about vlogging or taking my top off or doing anything. But even like walking around, I was gonna make a vlog when I went back home, and I was like, why on earth would I even make a vlog in Whitley Bay? Like, what is the point? And also, everyone's looking at me, and it's like just like the same people like going to Home Bargains to get a bag of sweets. Like, and it's just like, why don't you go and like, if you go and travel, you see what else in the world there is to do. And like even going to Bali, anyone can go to Bali, and it's so cheap. It's way cheaper than living in the UK. So many more opportunities. It's so much more beautiful. The people are nicer. Like, it's
If I'd gone back in time, I would have throughout my 20s. I've done little stints in different regions around the world. Like I would have done 6 months in Bali, then I would have gone and done maybe 6 months in Southeast Asia, then maybe done like 6 months in Australia. Like, and because that is the time when you're gonna have the least amount of responsibility. Like you're probably not gonna have a partner. You might not. You're not gonna have any kids. You're not gonna have probably a super serious job. Like that's when you can actually travel and you can do it cheap.
Yeah, you can sleep in hostels and stuff, and that's how you meet good people.
And you don't have to go travel and get fucked up everywhere. Like you can actually go travel and do some interesting things, get some like really good experiences under your belt, and even whilst you're in those places, just work.
Exactly, and see how other cultures, like one thing that I've noticed is the people in Bali are so nice, and they want to help you with everything. They want to go extra and above, and I think being exposed to different cultures and the way different people live their lives, like in Bali, I just had my moped, and like I just used to go around with no shoes, no t-shirt, and like I was just felt so free, and I didn't actually need anything else. I need a little bit of money for food and for my villa, but you don't need anything else. You certainly don't need a nice watch. You don't need a Louis Vuitton bag like to go around in Bali. So like
I used to, when I go there, my suitcase would just be so light. It would just be my thirst shorts, a couple t-shirts and vests, and that was it. Didn't take nothing fancy, nothing designer. It was class.
it's the best. I literally love that, and I think just experiencing that, like one thing that people in the UK are literally in a trap where they think like, I have to get a mortgage on a house, I have to get like a relatively nice car, and then they're just constantly like trying to get like a slightly better car or a slightly bigger house in a slightly nicer area, but like for what reason? Like it's like they're competing against whoever lives next door, but like they're not actually doing anything for themselves. Like I feel bad, but like my mum and dad haven't been on holiday for like 5 years, and I'm like, why? And they're like, oh, because we need to decorate like the front room or something, and I'm like, but why? Because no one even goes in the front room. Like just go on a nice holiday. So hopefully if I keep working hard, I'm on the right direction, I can take my family on a nice little holiday. I would like to do stuff like that.
Pros and cons, Bali versus Dubai.
Bali versus Dubai. Oof. Wow. Well, I'm going to choose Bali every single time. Dubai was only good for me when I lived with you. I don't honestly care about Dubai because, I mean, it's good. We have a good network of people. When I was with you, it was really good because I got to live in the best apartment. I get to go everywhere with you. I don't have to pay for taxis. I didn't have to drive. We had such a good routine. Get a nice coffee every day, go to the gym, collab with people and make nice videos. And it was literally the best routine ever. But now if I went to Dubai alone, everything's super expensive. I wouldn't be able to afford to live in JBR. Like if you miss an exit when you drive in your car.
No, but let's say that money's not an issue.
Money's not an issue.
The trajectory that you're on is good.
Okay, money's not an issue. So you wouldn't
like you're going to get to the point where it's not going to be an issue.
Okay, money is not an issue. I would say the people. It's just like I want to drive a Lambo. I'm gonna get a Lambo. I reckon I'll have one in like 2 or 3 years, 100%. And I'll definitely drive it and rev it and be a little bit obnoxious.
Put it on the Amex.
I'll put it on the Amex, yeah. That's what I keep doing. That's the one bad thing about Bali is not many places accept Amex. But I like them things, but I like cars, but I don't like material things. Like I don't see the need for wearing like full, like, I don't know, it's hard. Like when you remember when we used to go into Ibiza, into the Dior shop, and like they had that really nice Dior shirt.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was literally so expensive.
Yeah, I'm so fucking glad I didn't buy it.
Like it's nice to go in and like see stuff like that, but it's also so fucking stupid. Yeah. Like makes no sense to get that.
Yeah, and like you can as well only really wear it a couple of times. You get the pictures.
Yeah,
on
you
Instagram,
get one picture,
and like if you get snapped wearing it again, everyone's like, "Oh, you love that shit, don't you?"
Literally. So again, it's just literally stupid. But I mean, Dubai was really, really good. Say when I was there in Dubai and it was peak time, so good because I had so many opportunities as a videographer, as a photographer. Everyone is grinding, everyone's killing it, everyone's at a pretty high level if they're in Dubai.
Yeah.
So you're gonna meet really good people, to be honest. Like I especially tell online coaches, if I'm helping people, I'll tell online coaches to go to Dubai because the fitness scene's so good. There's so many opportunities in the gyms.
You can coach people in the gyms. You don't even
Exactly.
need
Exactly.
You don't need approval. You just rock up and start coaching people in most of them.
And there's people with a lot of disposable income that are willing to give you a chance. So Dubai's really good for that. Whereas Bali is more kind of, in Dubai you'll go, there'll be lots of opportunities. Other people will want to give you money if you provide a service for them. Whereas in Bali, you can go there and there isn't so much disposable income. So you have to basically create a service yourself that's online. So you can live for a lot
Full
cheaper.
of digital nomads
Yeah,
there, isn't
it's a lot cheaper, but you have to basically be making your money online elsewhere. Whereas in Dubai, you can probably make a lot of money there.
Well, yeah.
But like in Bali,
The nature in Bali is better.
yeah,
The laid back lifestyle, you can argue, is better. Depends what you're about.
Bali is not the vibe.
And
Did
you've
you get sick?
Nah, I managed to avoid it. I was
Nice.
only there for 2 weeks. Managed to avoid it.
You're the only person that I've ever met that has avoided it because everyone else has just 100% gets
Well,
it.
everyone gets Bali belly and everyone gets into a scooter accident.
Yeah. Did you got a scooter now? You hurt your ankle or some shit or your foot?
Nah, that was in Thailand.
Oh, was it?
A long time, 2009.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. But it was, the one thing that annoys me is just the infrastructure. The roads are too narrow, too busy. I don't know how they're going to fix that.
They can't. They literally can't fix it because basically the water for the rice fields comes either side down the road, so they need that water system to fill the rice fields, so they can't fix it basically.
Yeah.
So it's just pretty fucked.
That's a problem. But it's certainly a livable place. Like there's few places where I could just go and live there and be content living there.
No temptation whatsoever to go to a party.
Really?
None. Because the nightlife isn't that good. If you want to go to a party, there's a club called Savaya, but that's in Uluwatu, which is a 2-hour drive away.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that. So I never once felt tempted to go and party. Whereas in Dubai now, there's a lot of good parties and a lot of good DJs.
And they've just announced that they're going to open a Shwaya in Dubai.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
that's pretty big. Also, dating scene, Dubai. I probably wouldn't recommend finding yourself a girl in Dubai. Comes with a lot of troubles.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you get like,
There's good girls there, but there's a lot of women who are there to basically find a sugar daddy or men with money. It's a
tricky
very interesting scene.
It is an interesting scene. Yeah, I'm sure there is nice girls there. We've met lots of nice girls there, but it's just a little bit. You have to basically just you have to look at their Instagram bio, and we know the red flags pretty fast.
Just observe them for a little bit.
Yeah.
Be like, oh,
So the Dubai dating scene, I would stay far away from. Bali, I don't know what I don't really have an experience of the dating scene, but like, I'm sure it's fine. It's just Dubai out. Everyone's just slightly cautious of the girls in Dubai
yeah,
for good reason.
You would probably get more normal girls in Bali, although I think there's still quite a lot of like lost souls wandering around.
Yeah, there is people like I actually saw on one girl's Instagram bio the other day. It was like found myself in Bali. I was like, what does that even mean? Yeah, found yourself. Like honestly, there's basically the places we like: Dubai, Ibiza, and Bali. Probably not the best places to meet girls. But then again, I don't think
Marbella as well. I like
Marbella.
Yeah,
Same problem.
Yeah.
But another thing is no offense, like I like English girls because I like having banter with them and like having funny jokes with them. Like English banter is quite funny. But like I just like foreign things now.
Yeah. I don't think either of us has been with a.
No, we
English
just
girl
like
for a while.
exotic ladies.
Yeah.
They're just a little bit more intense, passionate, sometimes scary.
Everything really. It's a roller coaster.
It is a roller coaster. Me and Mike unfortunately love roller coasters.
It's extremely fun and it's extremely stressful at times.
Just when you think like, oh, you've got it like, oh, nothing can really go wrong now. Like, think I've tamed the dragon. Just something else happens.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, okay, nice.
I think that's one thing. I feel like there's a lot that I've learned about with this whole life experience. But I still learn stuff every day when it comes to women and relationships.
Yeah.
And even myself, what I like and what I don't like. I thought I had a type.
Do you not?
I think it's certainly not what it used to be.
Yeah, I know a lot about Mike's
You
dating history and
you
relationships.
know the most about my dating history than anybody else.
What used to happen is because Mike is actually a massive introvert, for those that don't know, and like girls would come round, and then Mike would just like do whatever he does, and then just not speak to them for a bit, and then I would just have to sit there and just like, because I'm so nice, I'd just have to sit there and talk to them because I don't want it to be awkward, and Mike would just be like in his bedroom, like,
Got to do some work now.
yeah, I got to do some work now. Just put his headphones in and put his glasses on, and then go and do some work. And then I just used to be left with them trying to make small talk, and I was just like, for fuck's sake, why does this always fucking happen?
That was literally the best thing about when I was working with you, because we'd break the ice with whoever we would meet, whether it be like a collaboration or just people we'd come across, and then like I would talk to them, but I wouldn't feel the pressure to constantly entertain them. You just did the best job ever at entertaining them, and then they ended up just like really liking both of us, the duo.
I think that was our basically our main key to success. I tell everyone about this. Like, Mike was basically, if people couldn't get in touch with Mike, then they'd get in touch with me. Because at the time, I think everyone now is so much easier accessible in terms of like Instagram DMs and stuff. Like, I think if you want to get in touch with someone now, it's way easier. Whereas when I kind of met you, and like you were blowing up, like it was harder for people to get in touch. DMs were like organized differently, so it was harder for you to see people who wanted to get in contact with you. But like, there would just be so many situations where if Mike's not shy, but he's just not like, you wouldn't go up to someone and start a conversation. They would normally come to you.
Yeah.
But when we were together, it was the perfect balance of both. And then anyone that, because we both, our chemistry.
It was like I would open the door, and then you would
go in and
build the relationship.
Yeah, exactly. It was the perfect combination. And I think that's helped us so much in so many situations. But also, I think because me and Mike attract like because we're just open and we're really nice guys, like we're not like we don't really know how to set our boundaries sometimes. So sometimes whenever a weirdo comes in, they'll get us so bad.
Yeah.
And like we'll have to like put up with like listening to them or like whatever shit they're up to. We just have to like, we're too nice to tell them basically go away or like you're annoying me. I think you've got a little bit better now, but we've had some conversation. We've lost a lot of time to conversations with some
in
strange
gyms,
characters
in cafes. Like, oh my god, it's like we would walk into the gym and we just had signs above us say like, "Hey, weird people, come talk to us."
Everywhere we went, when we used to travel, like New York, fucking Barcelona, Dubai, like we always used to get them. And they always used to come, and then we just laugh our heads off. Afterwards, we would be so annoyed at the time. And Mike would like be like, "Fuck, we've literally just lost 2 hours of our life there." And I'd be like, "I know, what the fuck are we doing?" But the thing is, then we always remember them characters, and we can make kind of funny jokes about them. So
it was too nice.
Way too nice. I think you're still too nice, to be honest.
Yeah, this is one thing I don't understand about some people, is that they don't understand
boundaries.
And when a conversation should come to an end. Does it happen so many times if I'm out and about or at a gym, and I'm more than happy to speak to someone for like a couple of minutes or whatever, but then they're still there like 10 minutes later, still talking, still asking questions. I'm like, I've got shit to do.
Oh, can I jump in the set with you?
It's just like,
do you want to spot you? No. Yeah, one time, Mike is honestly very, very polite as well. Like, I always try and like, it's funny. I always just try and I can read the situation better than what Mike can or what the other person can. So I always try and basically intervene to make it not awkward or weird, or to make sure no one's feelings get hurt. But like, if Mike's in the gym and he's training with his headphones on, I recommend that you don't go and speak to him. Maybe just wait until the end and be like, "Oh, sorry, I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to wait for you to finish your session." Like, have a little bit of courtesy. Like, I think your favorite part of the day for you, I know for sure, is you going to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, you plan your day around going to the gym. Yeah. So if someone comes and interrupts your session and just melts your head whilst that's your favorite part of the day, like, it's pretty much your day ruined.
Especially when they literally unleashed their life story on me, and I'm like, oh, not now.
their life story. And as well, because like, you're used to coaching people, like you used to also do, You used to coach people properly on calls and stuff. I
Yeah, I
remember.
did. It was full on years of one-to-one coaching in person in the gym when I had my own gym. Then I transitioned to one-to-one coaching purely online. So that was a lot, thousands of hours
Yeah,
of talking to people,
and helping people.
helping
And like
them.
it's a lot of, they put basically all their emotions on you, and then you're like just like stuck with it all.
I always wondered at like the end of the day where I was so fucked up. Like I was just like, I can't. I'd just go home. I would make my meals for the next day and go to bed.
Yeah. That's when I think you realize like, fuck, I need to do YouTube, because then I can actually help so many more people without being so exhausted.
Yeah,
That was pretty much the purpose of your YouTube channel, was
Yeah,
like,
I was-
how can I help as many people as I possibly can without being completely overwhelmed and exhausted?
yeah. And just answering the most common questions I was getting, I was like, let me just turn this into a video. So if anybody was asking me again in the future, I'd just be like, watch this video.
Yeah.
And
I
it just so
remember that.
happened to get some traction. I was like, oh, this is actually what I should probably be doing.
Yeah. It's nice. That's another thing. Like, Mike grew his channel from hugely informative videos, like providing a lot of value. Like, you grew your channel in the most perfect way. That's why your audience is so good. Like, you have by far, probably, I would say, one of the best audiences out of everyone that I know. Like, a super, super loyal and grateful audience.
Even though some of the comments are quite funny.
No, I know, but the comments are just
Comments are comments.
yeah. How do you respond to negative comments at the minute?
I don't reply.
You don't reply.
No. Now as much as I used to love going through the comments, I'd reply to people. And then I realized I couldn't keep up with it as the channel grew. And then I started to notice that the certain negative comments would get to me, and then I wouldn't be able to stop thinking about it. So I think eventually, unless I was like super proud of a video and really happy with it, I would be curious to know what the comments were. But if there was a video that maybe wasn't my best work, or maybe I'd promoted something and I know people just hate getting sold anything. I'm like, I'm not gonna check these comments.
I think you get a lot more hurt than what I do, and I always try and reassure you, like, please don't listen to what they're saying, because it's literally, to write a negative comment, someone has to be in a very bad place. Like, can you ever imagine going on your laptop, sign into YouTube, watching a whole video where you're getting free information, where someone, like, no one understands how much time and effort it takes to make a video, and then just writing something negative.
Yeah.
Like, what is the point in doing that?
I think that's a big barrier for a lot of people when they're thinking about, starting something up, creating content, and they don't want to put themselves out there. And
you will get hate no matter what.
You are just gonna get it, like, for the weirdest things.
But it's funny.
I used to get them all the time. You start getting about my hair, like all the comments were like, "Oh, Mike's losing hair. Mike losing hair." I was just like, for fuck's sake.
I'm getting a few of them now as well. I don't give a fuck. Like, hopefully, like, my YouTube monetization pays for my trip to Turkey. Who cares? But anyway, like, as well, negative comments. People as well people just assume, like, me and Mike used to put up 2 videos a week on his YouTube channel, and then people would assume things about me and Mike. Like, they would basically write a comment being like, oh yeah, Louis and Mike have fallen out, like, about this or that, because Mike doesn't like ham and pineapple on his pizza, like, and people would comment under it being like, oh yeah, I thought that as well, like, and I'd be like, that is not true. Like, you have literally just made up something in your mind and wrote it on your laptop under Mike's video, and now everyone's believing it. Like, people are so weird. And like, another thing is with negative comments is you automatically go to the negative comments before even looking at the hundreds of other positive comments. That's the problem with negativity. That's why Casey Neistat always says, if there's negativity breeds negativity. So if someone does comment anything negative on his videos, he just deletes it instantly, and that's the problem gone. Whereas positivity breeds positivity. So like, even yourself, if you go on a YouTube video, and sometimes if you haven't even watched it yet, you'll scroll and have a look at the comments, especially if it's someone who's kind of controversial, or someone who is like, has a bit of a reputation for saying some funny things. You'll go on the comments and you'll read what people are saying, and basically as soon as you're reading what them comments are saying, you already go into that video then with basically a biased opinion of what other people, what you've read. So you're automatically thinking, like, if someone says like, oh, like, his house is so messy, and like, you're filming in the kitchen, then you look at the video like, oh yeah, the kitchen is so messy, even though it's not. Like, it's just like, comments are just so dangerous, I think.
I think more people than you realize are deleting comments as well.
100%.
I don't.
I delete them if it's completely pointless. I mean, for a while when I was on a mad one in Ibiza, people were being like Louis, you're ruining your life. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're literally just getting fucked up every day. And I used to argue back with them and be like, I can do whatever I want. And then eventually,
You can't tell me what to do.
you can't tell me what to do. Like, and then eventually I was like, fuck, these people are right.
Yeah.
And like, funny thing is, so many people, oh, I'm unfollowing you. You're just partying too much. I don't like this lifestyle. It's not inspiring. And then funny thing is, now that I've done 6 months sober, I literally get so many messages. Oh, I've just followed you again. So proud to see you on your sober journey. Like, so happy you've turned your life around. Like, all of these people who were giving me hate are now giving me praise because no one thought I could do 6 months sober.
I certainly didn't think you could do that. In fact, I feel slightly responsible for you going off the rails a little bit because I introduced you to Ibiza.
Yeah, it was a couple of things. It was Ibiza and then ending my 10-year relationship. And then I was just like, so many people when they're at school and uni and stuff, like when people go to uni to take drugs and drink alcohol and party and get fucked up. I never did that because I was in a 10-year relationship and I was like a good boy and I just...
You were the best boy as well. And we traveled all over the place. You were getting a lot of offers and you said no. You would flirt with them a little bit just to tease them and then you just run off and lock your door.
Yeah, just be... Yeah, because I'm so honest. Like, that's the thing. I'm just an honest person. So, like, I can't do anything bad. Or if I do anything bad, I just have to tell people.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, that's what I like about you. You are so honest. Sometimes too honest.
I'm way too honest.
And you'd say things to your ex. I was like, oh, you probably shouldn't have told her that.
But I can't, like, even with Cindy now, like, I sometimes tell Cindy things and then it starts a massive argument. And then, like, she's like, you just shouldn't have told me. And I'm like, I know, but, like, I just have to tell you. Like, it just gets it. Like, basically, it lifts the weight off my back and allows me to be free, even if it causes a little bit of friction. But, yeah, everyone did all that shit when they were, like, 17, 18, went and partied and stuff, like, all the way up until they're, like, 21 at uni. And then I just didn't do that. So then I went to Ibiza, obviously, with you and the Harrison twins and Rob on our first ever trip, which was like...
That was 2019, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's most people that I meet, that's their favourite video ever.
Yeah.
Is when we went to Ocean Beach.
That was a banger of a video.
Yeah, that was... And that trip was...
That was good. Like... For a lot of people growing up, people in their teens, young 20s, it was like... For a guy, that was like, that's what I want to have. Because we got to the point where built up a bit of status, had some good money coming in, and we were just free to do whatever we want, going to Ibiza, just like literally living the life.
How old were you then?
I was 28.
28?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad. That was honestly like, that was peak. I think now is better, but at the time that was like where you realize like, fuck, all this hard work is paying off. Like everyone at Ocean Beach is asking for photos. We're in the VIP. We're getting everything for free, everything paid for. Like...
Yeah, that was certainly enjoying the fruits of my labor because there was that first 2 years of building the channel. And even before that, just having my gym, I didn't get to travel as much. I was just in the gym coaching people every day. So there was a lot of things I missed out on and said no to. And then when I got to 28, I remember that 2019, that year, it was such a good year because my only member of staff was you. So you were taking care of filming and editing. And I had the app, which was making a killing, was doing the YouTube. And then this was just before I started the clothing brand. So it was like literally no stress. We went to a different country every 2 weeks.
Yeah. We'd get bored in London. We'd go to Equinox, get a few 9-quid smoothies after our sessions and be like, fuck, what the fuck are we doing here? Let's get out.
Yeah.
And just go to Portugal, go to Barcelona, go to New York. Literally just go anywhere new that you had an idea about.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd encourage Mike to make really shit videos. There was one in particular where I told him to try American candy bars and rate them out of 10. So me and Mike,
such a bad video.
Me and Mike literally like 3 hours before we went to the airport, we were under so much pressure.
It's in New York, isn't it?
Yeah, in New York. And then we went to the shop and bought loads of candy bars. And bear in mind, Mike doesn't really like to eat so much chocolate or sweets anyway because he has a guilty conscience. He feels bad about it and he doesn't like feeling bad after eating bad food. Yeah. So I just was like, oh, this video could go viral.
And I was in such a bad mood anyway.
Yeah. We sat in a park and just ate
candy bars and I reviewed them out of 10. That was the video.
And then it did so shit.
Everyone was like, what is this?
Oh, and I remember just being like, fuck, that was, oh well.
That's the thing. You've got to try things. when you're trying new things, some of them are just not gonna.
I think it was
it's
at
not
the time because Matt Does Fitness was doing so many weird videos, like
Yeah, well-
I just ate pink food and stuff. Like,
Yeah, and they would just do so well.
yeah, and I don't know why. I still don't know why. Like, if you go on all Matt's videos, they're all just the most popular videos are I tried my son's diet, or like,
It was like it was Matt Does Fitness, but it was just him like eating mad food.
yeah,
But it's because of his. He's a funny guy, of course, entertaining, and then he had Luca doing the intros. Like his channel was on fire those 2 years.
that was a good time because it was good competition for you as well.
Yeah,
Because you knew that you had to perform better to be on the same level as Matt.
yeah.
So that was good. But yeah, to be fair,
Then we went again when
at the end,
Yeah, I'd just come out. I remember I was seeing that girl who was extremely toxic and terrible for me.
yeah,
But I still kept going back.
and I was
And you
for
were just
fuck's
like,
sake.
you idiot. And I was like, I know. I just the red flags are there, and I was like, yeah, let's go back again.
And at the time, I had no basically relationship experience at all. Like, because I was just in a good relationship with no problems. But even then, I could see like this girl was literally, she just had Mike so invested, and she was just so unbothered.
Yeah.
But I've researched it now, and like basically, when you want something so bad and you can't get it, that increases dopamine because it's basically like trying to complete a challenge, which is really hard
It was
to
a
do.
big challenge. So
it just wasn't worth the time.
Yeah,
she
and
wasn't
then-
even that fit or nice.
Yeah. And I was like, fuck it, I needed a distraction. So I was like, let's go to Ibiza. And that was like kind of an excuse to just take pictures of like the 4 pairs of shorts, which I decided to release.
It's perfect.
And it ended up being like, that's probably one of the best holidays I had. Just because that was so full of so many new experiences.
That's when we went on the yacht and stuff for the first time.
Yeah. Met that
Yeah.
guy.
That guy. We met that guy who literally just was like, come on my yacht.
First
Come to-
time hanging out with a billionaire.
Yeah, it was literally insane.
Yeah.
Like, come with me. I'll show you the best time ever. Take you to all the best places. We'll get all the best tables. Bring all of your friends. I just want to be around cool guys who are relatively good looking and want to have good fun.
Yeah.
And it was me, you, and Owen.
Yeah.
And at that time, we knew how to have a lot of good fun. So that was a crazy 10 days.
Yeah.
I remember Owen was pretty much a vegetable by the end of it.
Still remember that video of him in a fire just crumbled. Turned around very quick though.
He did turn around. Owen is a warrior. But yeah.
I have a question for you guys. Do you take supplements? And if you do you really know what supplements you should be taking? You see, this is a problem I had for years. I would walk into a supplement store, I would buy loads of random bottles of supplements and just pop pills every day, hoping for the best. When in reality, I had no idea whether or not I should be consuming these supplements. That is where Bionic came into the picture and solved that problem. You see, I've been working with Bionic for the past couple of years, and since 2021, I've been getting my blood work done with them every 3 to 4 months. And based on that blood work, they send it off to get analyzed, and then they put together a very specific customized formula for me, which will last me for 3 to 4 months until I get my next blood work done. And honestly, it's been an absolute game changer for me. They also offer another product called Bionic Go, where all you need to do is go onto the website, fill in questionnaire, and then based on that questionnaire, they can give you your customized supplements. So if that sounds like something that would be of interest, which I highly recommend, go onto the website, bionic.com, and you can use the link in my description to get a nice little discount on your first order.
Ibiza was pretty much the start of all the troubles. I actually had it convinced my head that I'm going to live in Ibiza for my whole life.
Yeah.
And you
Where did so that was 2019. Then after COVID, or this was like during COVID in 2020, people don't know this, but when I first moved to Dubai end of 2019, I didn't plan to stay there. I was like, let me just go there for a couple of months. And the whole plan of that year, because I was turning 30, was just to have a sick year. I was like, I want to have the best year of my life. So originally I was going to do a couple of months in Dubai, maybe do a couple of months in London, or maybe even 1 month, and then go spend the summer in Ibiza, have my 30th there. And then COVID came, fucked everything up, basically couldn't leave Dubai, but I'd already paid the deposit on my Ibiza apartment, which I couldn't get back. So I was like,
oh, remember that?
yeah, I'd already prepaid.
Fuck.
So
Oh my God.
I was like, well, I might as well just try my hardest to go to Ibiza. So managed to go there, blag it with like a load of paperwork and all that bullshit. And then got there, no clubs open. Everything was pretty weird, but it was still like an amazing island to be on. Like we still had like quite a lot of freedom.
That's what sold me on Ibiza.
Yeah.
That was, I wish I could go back to Ibiza and live that life, but it's impossible.
Yeah.
Like the temptation of the clubs is way too much for me now.
Yeah.
But nothing. It was only little bars. Remember in the marina that we used to go to, and we used to still drink a few beers, but we used to have the best time ever.
Yeah. The
Do
best sleeps ever as well. Because we'd go, you'd have great food, maybe a couple of beers, and then go home at a reasonable time at like 1, 2 o'clock, and then go in that pitch black cold bedroom and wake up at like 10.
It was perfect routine, and do fun shit every day, like cliff jumping. I saw you even use that in a video the other day. The cliff jumping, like that
cycled around the island.
Or like that. That's what made me love it so much.
Yeah, most people never see it.
And also we had the whole island to ourselves.
Yeah,
there was no annoying tourists. Like it was literally. Remember when we used to just go around? It was just us.
Yeah.
No one had figured out that you could still travel during Corona other than us.
Yeah.
And it was literally the best. That was my favorite. They were literally my favorite days ever. Me, you, and Darren.
Since we're sober, or you're doing the sober streak, we'll crack over some tinnies.
You're gonna throw it?
Don't throw it.
No,
you're gonna throw it.
No, then it's gonna fizz.
Oh, one absolute risky one.
Couple of San Migs, 0-0s.
That's the trick. When you go out and you drink, when you're going out and everybody else is drinking, you feel weird not drinking anything, but just having something in your hand is fucking.
Also, these taste so good. They taste exactly like the real deal.
Yeah.
Obviously in Bali they don't have alcohol-free beers, but in Spain, especially Madrid, you can get it on draft.
It's weirdly more expensive.
It's more expensive. Yeah, that's one thing that's fucking annoying, but it's literally the best ever.
Tastes so good.
These little cans, the real San Miguel's of these little cans, I reckon I've drank like multiple thousands of them.
You would easily knock back like 10 a day. It was actually really impressive.
Would go on boat days, and boat days were always like the most consummation of alcohol because it was unlimited drinks. Like there'd just be like a bar in the fridge with just like 100 of these, and as soon as I got on the boat, I would just start drinking, and I'd probably do like 20 of these.
Yeah.
And then we'd go out for dinner, and then I'd drink some more, and then we'd go to a club, and just that'd be like basically 24 hours of just drinking beers.
Like comfortably 1,500 calories in the form of alcohol.
Yeah, probably more. And also I've noticed as well with alcohol is that, by the way, it's crazy. I used to watch Mike do videos on not drinking alcohol and be like, this is so gay. Like, who the fuck would want to live like this? But it's actually, I think, the biggest life hack cheat code ever known to man.
Yeah.
I haven't lost one day in 6 months.
Yeah.
I haven't woke up feeling bad once. I haven't done anything fucking stupid. Like, I haven't, like, just had the best. I've had no problems. Like, I've had small problems, but like not ones that I've caused.
Yeah. When did you decide to do it? Because there's definitely a few times I remember where you're like, I'm gonna stay off alcohol for a month. This was when you were in Ibiza. This is when you were living less than 100 meters from Ushuaia and High, and it just probably lasted a day or two.
Even when I came here with you last June, like I was like, all right, we'll do 3 days sober if I'm with you, and then literally first night, I'll just have a beer, ice cold Heineken. I decided to do it when I realized that the problem with Ibiza was, right, people were flying in every single week, every single weekend. So I never had any time alone, like ever. And I realized like I wasn't reflecting. So I wasn't actually thinking about what I was doing or where I was going or what my plans were, or what my goals were. And the reason I wasn't is because I was constantly distracted by going out for dinner, going to parties, finding something to do every single day. So I never actually took any time alone or by myself or like sober, because I was just drinking all the time.
Yeah.
Like all the time. Like as soon as I'd finished the gym on my run, just on the beers. And I was basically using it as an excuse to like make my life easier. So like if I needed to film a video or I need to do like a little bit of work, I would basically just be like, I'll have a few beers and then I'll not mind doing it because I enjoy having a beer.
You'll edit a video, press upload, post, and you're like, right, don't need to do anything for a few days now.
Literally. And then just being surrounded by people who also have a lot of money. And don't have to work.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in Ibiza who have done the work, or they've somehow managed to blag getting a load of money, and they're good, and they can just enjoy themselves and not have to worry about that. Whereas it was kind of the other way around for you. Like you hadn't done the work to get the money, but you were trying to live, keep up with them and their lifestyle, which is very difficult in Ibiza because it's not cheap.
It's very, very difficult. especially paying for Cindy as well. Oh my God. Like,
Pay for
think
two
about
people.
it, right? We go to, for example, Thursday night, boho. You spend like at least 200 on drinks because every drink is so expensive. 35 euros for a double vodka. And I have to pay for me and Cindy. And Cindy, as you know, can just drink exactly the same as me.
Yeah.
And like, fuck. And then go to boho, then go to a club. Then it's Friday. Normally don't go out on a Friday. But then Saturday, you save yourself for Saturday. Black coffee. At the end of the time, I didn't want anything to do with like the promo guys. Or I just wanted to get out of that scene. So I was just happy to pay for a ticket. But 90 euros for a ticket for me, 90 euros for a ticket for Cindy, 20 euros on beers. We drink 10 beers each. And then Sunday, Blue Marlin.
Yeah.
And then Solomon at Pasha. Monday, DC 10. Just that cycle every single week.
You were like, just every single pound or euro that came in was being spent. It was
Instantly.
like,
Literally instantly. And
Zero
like if you go on a boat trip, it's like 350 for a boat per person.
yeah.
Then you go to Fortmantier, have lunch, that's like 150 per person.
It's-
All of my money was just literally going on alcohol and parties and just
Yeah.
like I didn't buy new clothes for 2 years. Mike literally got me a gift voucher for Zara for my birthday for like 300 quid because he felt bad for me that I didn't have any clothes and he didn't want to give me money because he didn't want me to spend it on alcohol. So he very, very kindly gave me a 300 euro voucher for Zara. That was the first time I bought clothes in 2 years because I was just literally wearing the same shit every day because I was just spending all my money on parties. Oh my God. I was literally a complete idiot.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
It was hard to kind of get you out of that state of mind. I think you're surrounded by good friends, and I think all of us were trying to say like, oh, you need to do this, you need to get out of there. But yeah, I don't think you were really in a position to listen.
I wasn't, but I think that's the thing with everyone. Everyone has to basically realize it themselves before you're gonna change. Like even if everyone's telling you like you need to like, I think you should just get out of here for a bit. Like would be a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, I basically got myself just stuck in a cycle where I couldn't leave Ibiza and just had everything there. And also my apartment was fucking 3.5k a month. And like I was locked into a contract.
You weren't sharing that with anyone.
And I wasn't sharing that with anyone. Like I had my car and I was like, I can't escape. I actually felt bad for the landlord for some strange reason. I had in my head like, I can't leave because I'm going to leave my landlord in the shit. And now my apartment is literally going for 15k a month peak season. And I was stupid enough to think like this lifestyle and this apartment is holding me here. It's ruining my life, but I can't leave because I'm locked into a contract. And then anyway, I just managed to speak to her and I was like, I don't have a choice. I have to go.
Yeah.
And then it was mainly Cindy's idea. Cindy was like, I think we need to get out of here because me and Cindy were just
you were at
two
each
little
other,
disasters
You were
together.
at each other's necks. That
Like-
was wild.
Cindy likes to party. I like to party. It was good for the first kind of 2 or 3 months. Mike was like, I can't believe you've met someone who is pretty much the same as you. And like, it was funny for the first while, but then it was just dangerous and a disaster.
Yeah.
So then me and Cindy just came to the agreement, right, let's get out of here, go to Madrid. Then when I got into Madrid, I didn't have any friends, didn't have any distractions. It was pretty sad, to be honest, because I didn't know what to do. And then I was like, right, fuck it. Now is my time to lock in and grind. And that's what I did.
When did you stop the alcohol?
So I didn't drink the whole of December. And then I drank 3 beers on New Year. And I was like, for fuck's sake. Because now if I didn't drink them,
It would
I'd be 7 months sober.
Yeah.
But I didn't drink the whole of December. I saw so many benefits. Me and Cindy didn't fight. All my YouTube videos were improving dramatically. I was putting so much effort into everything. I had so much time. I had so much, like, everything was going well after 1 month. Then I was like, I'll have a few at New Year. And then after New Year, I drank. And then I went to a party on like the 8th or 7th of January, had another beer. And then I was like, right, fuck it. I had a beer because I had done a week sober on the 7th of January. And then I was like, right, I don't even want to do this anymore. So then I just built it up, and now hopefully I'll make it to my birthday, which is in 20 days, and then I'll be 200 days sober. And then on my birthday,
Back to the good old ways.
but I'm gonna have a flight booked into Ibiza and a flight booked out so that I can't get stuck there.
Yeah.
And also, like, when me, Mike, Rob, and our whole crew is together, and we're at Blue Marlin, the sun's setting. Alcohol has given me some of the best experiences of my life. Like, some of the memories that we've made have been unforgettable. And like, if I was sober, you're not as loose.
Yeah.
You're not as relaxed.
I feel like even with myself, because of the reputation that I have, the responsibilities that I have, it's hard to just let it all go and be free. Like you, especially with the training and the nutrition, like everything's very regimented. Needs to do this, needs to do that, needs to be productive, needs to be performing at my best, training at my best. Like it doesn't really leave much room for getting loose, because if you do, it'll set you back a couple of days. But it's just, sometimes you just need to fucking
You do.
go on a mad one.
If you deserve it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that I was always telling Mike, like, oh, let's get fucked up today. And he would be like, no, because I need to do this tomorrow. I've got this to do tomorrow. But I never understood that, because my only responsibilities were doing brand deals. But now I have so many responsibilities. Like, the main reason I was sober as well is I was running a marathon and I wanted to perform well at that and get under 4 hours. Now I've got the Creator Club, which has like 55 members. So all of them people are looking at my life now. And I wouldn't have had 55 members this time last year. The only reason I've got 55 members in my online community, these people are paying me £100 a month, is because now they respect me and I'm doing well and I'm living my best life, but I'm being productive and I'm not fucking it up. Like there's no way I would have been able to grow that business living that old style of life that I was living. And I've got that, and now I also do like one-to-one coaching where I actually help people like improve their lives. Like obviously over the last 6 months I've listened to all of your podcasts. I've listened to a lot of podcasts. I've read a lot of books, and like I'm 30 years old now, so I've learned also a lot of mistakes. So I feel like I'm in a really good position now to help people and kind of give people my advice and basically prevent people from making the same mistakes as me. Yeah. And now as well, like I don't want to lose any days, because I know that I could be basically getting more clients into the Creator Club. I could be finding more one-to-one clients. I could be making a YouTube video. I know now, like, I have motivation to actually work, whereas before it was just brand deals. Yeah. Like, oh, you need to take a picture in Legend London jeans, like with a beer in my hand, like, and I was just getting paid.
It's not
to do
very
that.
satisfying work.
No, not at all. And now
people don't like it.
And like for those that don't know, like Mike, whenever he does get loose, posts in his close friends on Instagram. I'll just let his secrets out. And I used to never understand that, why I used to just be like, oh, fuck it, just post it on the real story, just put anything on the real story. But now, when I'm thinking about it, I don't want to do that anymore. No. I want to post stuff so that people understand how much I work and respect me more. Whereas before, I just didn't care.
Yeah, when it comes to personal branding, it's like you need to list and define your personal brand, and whatever you post, you need to decide, is this aligning with what I have set for myself? Exactly. So say, for example, if my brand is, eating clean, training every day, and not drinking alcohol, for me to post stories of me eating shit, going to parties and drinking, it just confuses people. Especially
when you only do that once a month or once every few months. Yeah. And then people all of a sudden get confused and be like, wait, I'm following Mike because he lives this like restricted lifestyle and he's dedicated, and now I'm seeing this on his story. Yeah. But what they don't realize is you're doing that for the first time in 3 months. Yeah. And that's what I think now I understand that. Yeah. Like, bro, you're the same as me. Like now I understand, like, it's so good to be fulfilled by your work. Yeah. And like, you don't stop work. Like we work from the minute we wake up to the minute we go to bed. Like it might not always be making videos, but it might be talking to people on DMs or doing calls for your app or for your clothing. Like it's non-stop all day. So then, and that's the one, like you want to give the impression that you work hard so that people respect you and understand you. And then if you do go and get fucked up, like people might just see you getting fucked up and they might not have seen all the hard work that you've done. Yeah. So they get confused.
Yeah, and I don't do like a very good job at documenting myself doing work. And
yeah, like honest, you work as hard as anyone else, but there's some guys who are just good at videoing themselves constantly at the laptop. Yeah. But you don't want to do that because you think it's boring. Yeah. But you grind as much as anyone else. Yeah. Obviously, there's people like, as you've told me before, like Iman and Andrew Tate, where you said like they are literally just working non-stop.
Yeah, like there's certain, especially now, a lot of people who I've had on my podcast, I've become friends with them or business acquaintances with them. And I've spent some time off camera with them, and they're so locked into their work. Like it's almost like they actually have a hard time being present because they just can't switch off. It's like there's always money to be made or people to be supervising or like the next business to start. And I often think, I'm like, do I want that for myself? Like I've said no to a lot of opportunities, businesses, and money coming my way because I know it would just be stress and headache. And I like to,
Be able to live.
yeah, it's very important for me because I know when I'm older, I'm going to look back at me in my prime, which no doubt is now and is going to be for the next couple of years. Like I want to make the most of that. I do not want to be staying indoors, like grinding away just so that I can make an
Oh my God.
extra 100 grand a month. Like, what's that
It's
going to
just
change?
unnecessary.
Yeah,
Like imagine you just being locked in there in the air. Like you could be doing that,
yeah,
but you're not. Like that's one thing that I learned from Mike is work, play, life balance is always. I think you have it the best.
yeah.
Like that's one thing that you always do well. Like yes, you get like nice luxury apartments. You go on holiday. You spend some time in the sun, but you also work hard. You work hard in the gym, and like your actual balance is so much more like I think just inspiring and like relatable. Like that's how I want to live my life like Mike. I don't want to live my life like Christian Guzman, for example. Like he's literally like all he does is work, and I don't look at him or watch him and be like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I'd much rather just live how you live and be like I think work smarter rather than work harder.
Yeah.
And also like you're making very good money now, and I'm sure you're pretty well aware that like making, as you said, an extra 100K a month isn't worth it if you do have to just sit inside all the time and work in like a dark room and do meetings and do calls all day. Like
I think there is definitely periods of time to like hide away for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's a phase which is probably what I need to do soon because it's so hard now. Like especially when the money starts coming in, the status goes up. You get so many invites and offers, temptation to go do all these things, spend time with these people, that it's just fucking hard to stay focused on something you know which needs to be done. And I think if some people call it monk mode, you just need to go hide away, and even it might just be a month. Like just take a month off where you're just going to focus on your work, something that needs to be done, get it done, and then you can go off and socialize or whatever it might be. But there's most people, realistically, if you ask yourself, they know there's a thing or certain things they need to be doing, but they never get around to doing it because there's all these other things that they end up doing. Even myself, like I know there's a couple of things I need to work on and build, but it's just going to take a bit of time and it's going to be boring. But I'm not doing it because it's like the summertime. I want to fucking travel around Europe and do all these cool things.
It is hard, and like there's also a like you have a million things to do like I'm sure if you made a to-do list, like tomorrow you'll make another to-do list, and like realistically you can never ever check everything off. Like it's impossible. And even if you did check everything off the to-do list, there'll be more that you can add to it.
Yeah.
So you basically have to ask yourself the question, what are the things that are the most important? And the way you can figure out what those things are is basically what will happen if I don't do these things. And if nothing bad will happen if you avoid doing certain things, only do the things that really matter.
Yeah.
So like for you, I haven't posted a YouTube video for 3 weeks and I felt really bad about it. Like my laptop was fucked in Bali, but I felt horrible and something was annoying me every day and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I kept like telling Joel, like, bro, like I feel so strange. But then I realized it was because I hadn't posted a YouTube video.
Yeah.
And for like pretty much 4 or 5 years, I had 1 month break, but I posted consistently on YouTube once a week or twice a week. And you have too. And how horrible does it feel when you don't post?
It's like I remember last summer when I stopped doing the podcast just because I was traveling and I kind of lost the momentum for it. And then 1 week turned into a couple of weeks and then a couple of months, and I was just like, it was in the back of my mind all the time, just thinking, what a fucking waste you are. Like you can't even keep doing the podcast 1 episode a week. And I remember when I got back to doing it, it just felt so satisfying. Like imagine there's this whole massive audience out there waiting for you to give them something, for you to change their lives, and they're there with their hands out, like, give me something, give me some motivation, inspiration. I want to learn. And then if you just stop putting out that content, they're like, oh, well, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably lose interest and then go find someone else.
It's literally true, yeah. And like there'll be even times where I'm like, I told Mike this the other day, like I love his vlogs. Obviously his vlogs are amazing. The Japan series was absolutely insane. I love watching the vlogs, but even now I prefer the podcast. I love it. I find it just it's just so good to be learning all the time. Like I bet you've learnt so much since starting the podcast.
Yeah, and I think subconsciously as well, like just being around that caliber of people who have either been very successful or just have this incredible mindset. I notice now if I do go socializing with certain people or have conversations with people that haven't really done anything, or there's just nothing stimulating about the conversation, I'm like, why am I here?
It sounds bad. Sounds bad to say that, but it's so true. Like you don't like it. I find it
Like,
so
if
good to have a conversation where you're going to take something away from it, where you're going to learn at least something from speaking to someone new. But if you come away from the conversation and you just feel like, fuck, what was that even? Just small talk about some bullshit. Like, what's your favorite exercise in the gym? Like, or like, oh, like, how long have you been training? Like, just like them. I would rather learn something like new, or like hear about someone's experience that was like life changing, rather than just be there and have these weird, annoying conversations.
Yeah.
You can tell when someone cares when they're talking to you or not. But as well, I have a question for you. Obviously, you're extremely humble. You always have been. But what do you think you've changed in any way since being kind of around Iman, Andrew Tate, Tristan, like all of the top dogs? You've been surrounded by them. You've been in their company. You've worked with them. You've done podcasts with them. Do you think you've changed in any way because of them?
Well, one thing that I've noticed is like nobody is perfect, and even the people that you look up to and admire and respect, they're all like a little bit fucked up in their own way. So I would never obsess over someone or glorify someone, because literally everybody is a little bit fucked up and have their problems and they're not perfect. But especially I think hanging around with those guys, it made me realize how much more there is out there in terms of knowing about business and money. I think, because I would look at myself and I think I'm doing pretty well, and particularly like our usual group of friends, you know, I might be there and probably doing like the best out of everyone, and it's sometimes you can let that get to your head, and then when you hang around these guys who are like fucking, you know, worth tens of millions, then you're just like, oh shit, like there's levels to this. And I'm the type of person that I never get jealous or envious. Anytime I see someone doing better than me, regardless of whether it's business or sports, whatever, it inspires me, and it always just like it starts this little fire inside of me. So I love it. Like I love being around all these people who are doing better than me in some area of their life, because it wants me to step my game up as well.
I've got another question as well for you, because a lot of people now, like you'll notice a lot of content on Instagram. This is also funny. I've got two things I want to talk about. I want to talk about one about me, you, and Rob, and like kind of our era how do you say it? Era of content creators. I feel like we're a little bit behind now in comparison to the new creators who are making lots of short form content. But like if you go on Instagram, I'm sure that you don't do this because I don't really do it either, but if you watch reels, it's all basically self-improvement, morning routines, journaling. I'm guilty of doing some of those things as well, but I know that you in particular don't really follow like a very strict and set regime. Like you don't wake up at 5 a.m. and you never have and you never will. But like what do you need in your day to have a successful and productive day to make you feel kind of fulfilled and go to bed and fall asleep happy and content?
I think eating good food throughout the day, because bad food can just really fuck everything up.
Mike hates eating bad food so much.
I mean, I really enjoy it, but then like for the rest of the day, I either just eat bad food or I'm just a little vegetable. Like the other day I overate at lunch and I came back in and literally passed out because I was feeling so sleepy. So good food, good workout, learning something new. So whether that's, I mean, realistically, I don't spend a lot of time reading, but I like to just go off and listen to something, whether it be for an hour. I like to have maybe some sort of a stimulating interaction with somebody, like, again, where I learn something. Have some good company with friends, because I feel like it's so important to have a good group of friends. So even if you're spending a bit of time with friends, and I think that would, being in the sun as well, a bit of time in the sun.
Sun is key.
Makes me feel so good. That would be a good day for me.
Yeah, it's simple life. It's really simple life when you break it down. And I think that's the thing, that people try and overcomplicate
Yeah.
their lives in so many ways by trying to do like breath work and yoga and drink athletic greens and do this and take some mushrooms and like do all of this shit and like add salty water. But like when you break it down, like you have been extremely successful from following a very kind of basic routine and
I think
schedule.
a lot of the time people will do those things to make them feel productive and that they're doing something, when in reality they're probably just putting off the thing that they should really be doing.
Exactly. That's the truth.
Yeah.
And so
I don't have much of a routine in that sense. Like even I just wake up when my body wakes up. I don't have an alarm. I think the only thing that is essential every day, as we mentioned, is just getting the gym done.
yeah. And another thing is with Mike as well. One thing that I'm a little bit of a sucker for, which I think potentially holds me back, but it makes me happy. I don't like being alone at all. It's probably something that I'm gonna have to start to.
Is he still like that?
Still that bad. Like Mike used to know that I used to hate being alone, so he always used to feel bad if he used to go out on dates and stuff with girls, because he'd be like, "Oh, Lou's in the house alone," and Louis hates being alone, so he'd feel like a bit bad.
Like, when you back?
He'd always like apologize to me and be like, "Oh, sorry, but I have to go out with a girl tonight." Anyway, I don't like being alone, so like whenever I do have a girlfriend, I'm with them 24/7, surrounded by them. Mike doesn't make that mistake. I don't think it's necessarily a mistake. I think I would be more productive if I didn't do that. But
I think it. Why?
can you imagine can you like? I can't ever imagine you ever just being with a girl all the time.
I know, and I think that's a bit of a problem though, because I don't want that. Like if I'm looking for a future partner and I'm going to have kids, they're going to be around a lot, and I need to figure out how it's not going to annoy me. Like it's not the person that's going to annoy me. It's just if I don't get the time to myself, they're going to annoy me.
Exactly, it's true. And I've noticed even with Cindy, I like being in Madrid because Cindy's work is in Madrid. So Cindy will go out to work all day, and then I'll actually miss her and appreciate being with her when she comes back on a night time.
Yeah,
You definitely have more fights over stupid bullshit.
If they're around the house all day and you're trying to get work done, it's a
disaster.
fucking disaster.
It's literally a disaster.
But why do you not like being alone? What
I don't know. I need to
the
figure
scenario.
out. I need to.
The
It goes
scenario
back.
of you have to go on a trip
I hate it.
for a week
Can't
by
think of anything
yourself.
worse. Can't think of anything worse.
Why? What goes through your mind?
Obviously goes back to me being a child, because I've realized I have been tuning into myself, becoming more self-aware. But as a kid, I used to sleep in my little brother's bed. Like I used to climb. My brother lived in the bunk bed above me, lived in it, and I used to just climb up in the middle of the night, quiet, and like cuddle him. And like even when I first met Mike, in London, I used to hate sleeping on the other side of the house. Somehow I always felt scared. I don't know what it is. It's so weird. I hate being alone. Like, I don't mind. I like driving alone. I like going for runs alone. I like going to the gym alone, but only if I know it's for a short period of time. Like, even if I'm by myself for a prolonged period of time, I'll start calling people because I hate just.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think when I'd been living with people non-stop from the age of 18 to like 26 in Newcastle, and then I was forced to go to London by myself in a long distance relationship, and that was really weird because I'd never experienced that before. It was good for being productive, but it was too much of an extreme where I did feel lonely and borderline depressed, and that was when I started having this unhealthy relationship with food, because it was the only joy I was getting from my life. Like I just was not interacting with people, spending too much time by myself. So there's definitely, and even I have that problem. Like I like my alone time, but when I have too much time by myself, you start feeling weird.
I don't know. I just feel like I'm a better person when I'm around people because I don't know. I think like, I don't know what it is, but even Mike, when Mike was concerned that when I came to live in London, that he wasn't going to like it because he hadn't lived with someone for so long. And then eventually when we were together for a prolonged period of time, Mike, whenever I went away, Mike was actually sad. Mike isn't the most emotional person, but he would sometimes text me saying that he missed me, and I was like, oh, I've changed his way of thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what it is. I'll have to work on it at some point. There is definitely certain times where I like to be alone, like especially if I've got a lot of work to do and my mind's going crazy, then I need to just go and be alone. But like the thought of going on holiday by myself and just having to be alone.
Imagine doing a like one of those retreats where you can't speak for a week.
Be impossible. Literally physically impossible. I just couldn't do it. I would just never, ever, ever go and do that. Right, I have another question for you. So all of your business and stuff, everything's going extremely well. You've been putting in the work. You completely deserve it all. What is your next step to elevate, to, like, do you think take it to the next level? Like, what do you want to improve about your life the most right now?
Oof.
Or what's an area of weakness?
An area of weakness for me is distraction. There's I've noticed with probably social media as well, and with everything going on, I find it increasingly difficult to focus on a particular task. And if you can't focus on a task, then that task will never get done. And I know with myself, when I really put my mind to something, I figure it out and I get it done.
Yeah.
And I think most people don't realize they're also capable of doing that. You know, humans are amazing. If they really put their mind to something, they can figure it out, get it done, if they become obsessed with it.
Yeah.
My problem is I'm trying to do all these little things, and I'm starting to notice that none of them are particularly going to excel if I'm only putting a little bit of my time and effort into doing them. So I just have to reassess everything that I'm doing, what I'm spending my time doing, and those things that aren't maybe the highest return of investment, either stop spending so much time on it or just hire the people or the team so that it can run itself and it can grow without me being too invested into it.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I'd want to do. And then I think the podcast, I'm really enjoying doing it. Like, I'll always love making content. So I think the thing which I really don't like doing when it comes to content, even with the podcast, like, I find it really tedious reaching out to people. So having a team of people to do the outreach is a lifesaver. With the YouTube, I think one thing, like, I just love going in front of the camera and doing my thing. And if I can just focus on being myself, that's fine. But I hate planning it, coming up with content ideas, and then reaching out to people to collaborate with. I might need to hire someone like a social media strategist to come and work with me and be like, okay, so they're in charge of the YouTube channel, growing up, coming up with ideas, and
Titles,
almost being
thumbnails.
a director. And then it's like, right, okay, Mike, today we're going to do this with this person. I'm like, okay, sweet. And then boom, I go out there, do my thing, team edit, upload. That's that. And then in terms of the business side of things, I like the idea of investing into companies or startups which I feel as though the brand is something which aligns with my brand, something which I would use, and maybe the founder is someone who I particularly like or I respect.
Yeah.
I can see the hunger in them.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. I think it'd be nice for you to have, like, or be part of in some way, like, have a sick gym in Marbella
Yeah.
or in Ibiza.
I think
I
that's,
think it'd be nice to put your name on like something, a physical structure.
yeah, to have a HQ.
That'd
I
be
think
sick.
it would be. I'm trying to decide. I think here there's already enough good gyms in Marbella.
Ibiza is definitely lacking.
Yeah.
But for what reason? There must be a reason.
Well, I think in the winter time it would probably be too dead. But I
True.
think this is one thing that annoys me. There's no direct flights from Ibiza to Dubai. Like, what the hell is going on there? Just start doing the direct flights, because it would be a lifesaver. Because at the moment I have to fly to Barcelona or Madrid, and I hate
horrible.
stop connecting flights. It's annoying. The gyms in Ibiza also suck. Now, I know from having a gym, it is a little bit of a pain in the ass. And the gym which I have in mind would be like this really beautiful facility that would be a combination of all the gyms which I've been to. That would be like, yes, it would be a gym. It would also be like a health and wellness center. It'd be a cafe. It'd be a work facility. There'd be a barbershop. There'd be like literally everything there. A pool. If it's by the beach, like even better. And I know like a place like that would be extremely expensive, and it probably would not be the most profitable venture. In fact, I might even lose money. So I'd need to be in a position where I'd just be like, I don't even give a fuck. It's like when people get a yacht. Like, if you're going to get a yacht, it's going to drain your money regardless. But if you can afford to lose money, then who really cares?
Exactly.
Like, that's the kind of position I would be in. I would love to just go open it in Ibiza, and then I'd put the prices up so you don't get any weirdos in. Probably just let women in for free every day. Like, it would just
specifically Latinas.
Yep, Latinas for free. In fact, I'll pay them to come to the
No, but I think what you were saying as well about trying to do everything makes it difficult to do one thing, at the absolute best. And I know we both know Chris Williamson from On Wisdom. And I'd say he's kind of a competitor for you with the podcast, as you know, as we both know. He literally does like vocal warm-ups and shit before he does his podcast. Like, takes it to the absolute extreme.
Yeah.
Like that is a level of autism like that I have. But I love his podcast, and I think it's good for you to have competition. But for example, he tried to do a vlog the other day, and I watched it, and I had to just turn it off because the audio was literally unusable. So
I
I
watched that one.
I
Yeah.
think it's good for him to go and try and experiment new things, but it makes you realize it kind of like knocks you down a peg or two because you realize it's not that easy to do everything. So I think what you're doing, which is doing everything to a high standard, is actually so achievable, and people have no idea how hard it is to do. Instagram, YouTube, podcast, clothing brand, app, like, and then on top of that, do short form YouTube Shorts, do like it's Facebook, like you have your Facebook community for your app, like to do all of that and to manage and to create new content, new concepts, like it's a lot
It's
of
mad
work.
as well because it's like there's always more content to get.
But I don't think there's anyone who's doing as much as you to as high of a standard.
there's
Give me an example.
there's loads of people out there.
Like
I mean, my standard for vlogs is high, but there is like I know Luke Belmar's got an army of short form editors who are running accounts that just pump out shorts.
Yeah, but
like that's something which I haven't necessarily tapped into.
But he doesn't have. Sorry.
But he
doesn't have the personal brand. He doesn't have. I don't think he has the personal brand that you do, which is.
I think it's in a sense, it's like the relatability. Maybe I'm not as relatable as I used to be, but like if people just think back to where I was, then maybe they think, yeah, it's actually, yeah, he's gone from there to there. It's achievable.
Yeah, I would say, just
there's always a formula. Like one thing that's been a bit of a game changer for me is with my main Instagram account, like I'm not bothered about like growing it as fast as possible. Like I just like to share things which I genuinely like to share with people. And if people like it or don't like it, whatever. But I've realized that if I want to continue having people sign up to the app, like I have to post more gym content. So what I've done is I started a purely fitness page.
Yeah.
And that's been growing 20,000 followers a month.
It's almost because you don't care about it, so you're just posting random stuff to test it.
And yeah, because I have someone who's running that account. I go shoot with Elvis. We just get we shoot loads of shit, and then we just pump it out 6 posts a week, and then see what does well. And there's some reels that just get like over 1 million views. So
and because it's so niche, because it's so fitness, whereas your main account is very just lifestyle. That's the same as my account.
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and people like now on Instagram, especially in short form content, they like to follow something that is very niche, that they know every time they watch one of the reels on your fitness account, they're going to learn something, and they're going to get in 1 minute, they're going to learn so much. So they're going to follow it. Whereas on your main account, if people have never seen you before, they don't know who you are, and they're like, oh, this guy's just got a luxury life. Like, fuck. Like, they might even just dislike you because you're living the best life ever, and they don't actually know how much work you put into it. Yeah. But even for example, I think me, Mike, and Rob, and our kind of era of creators, all are kind of a little bit behind on short form content. And like I even told you told me like you hate going out to make a reel because it just seems like a waste of time because you can't monetize it in the same way that you do a YouTube video. And if anything, it takes it might just completely flop. You just have no idea. It's like the lottery.
Especially if you're doing like this really cinematic reel. Like imagine it takes hours to do one reel with no guarantee of it performing well. I think what I've realized now is the formula is just to allocate time to just make as many videos as possible within 2 hours, pump them out, and then you've got like a month's worth of content.
Yeah. And like the video that, for example, I always tell people this, like you with your lifestyle content, so on your main page, people want to see you candid. You've always loved candid photos. That's why you love working with Rob and stuff, because you like to see yourself basically without knowing the camera's on you. Yeah. And like the video of you that blew up on Instagram was just you with a fresh off-white jacket walking through the streets of Tokyo. And it was literally just the most basic iPhone video ever, but it just blew up so much. Yeah. And that's the type of content that people like to see now. Either that or providing a lot of information like what your coaching page does. Like if you make like a sick cinematic edit of Marbella and post it as a reel, people just don't care for some reason.
Yeah. It's same with the gym workouts as well. If it's
they don't care
anything
at all.
Too edited, it's just like it's too perfect.
Yeah, it's weird. And like you see all these people now like growing their accounts to 1 million so fast, just posting what we would call basically just shit content. Like the minimal effort, like throwing some text on the screen in the Instagram app.
Yeah.
And like that's how they grow their page. It's pretty mad.
Yeah.
It's all changed so much because when I started with you, everything was about basically get the best camera, the best lenses, the best audio quality, make everything as cinematic as possible. And now it's just completely changing.
I was thinking this, if I'd found Rob years ago and we just pumped out those pictures like every day, my account would have fucking blown up. But the Instagram don't necessarily reward you with picture carousels anymore.
No.
Even though I think it's good to throw in, because if you are trying to build your personal brand, it's cool to show people a little bit behind the scenes of what you're up to. And of course, if you're putting out high quality content, then it just makes your brand look more premium.
Yeah, it's like your portfolio.
Yeah.
And like the guy who runs Instagram now, he posts like and tells people about the algorithm and stuff. So
It's always fucking changing.
yeah, I know. But carousels get shown to your current followers, whereas reels get shown to new followers. So basically you want to pull people in with reels. They're like the bait on the hook, pull people in with the reels. And then the carousels get shown to all of the people who are actually following your account and not the new people.
Yeah.
Currently, as of June 2024. Probably change next week.
What's your goals?
My goals: grow the Creator Club to 100 members.
You can get more than that.
That's. I thought that was going to take a couple of years, but literally, I've got it 55 members in 6 weeks.
Bro, you should easily, if you just keep doing what you're doing.
Like Mike actually helped me with the first call, right? And we did the call with Mike just to provide as much value as possible. And then I thought I was going to get a load of sales. Got no sales for the first week. And then I was like, fuck, like I thought I'm providing so much here, like, but people need to see testimonials. It's the same as the online coaching. Like people need to see testimonials. People need to see what's actually going on.
Yeah. They want to feel like, fuck, I'm missing out.
Exactly. And right now I just kind of post similar content to you on Instagram, which is just lifestyle, like pictures of me in Bali with coconuts, which isn't providing any value whatsoever. So basically I want to transform my page and start providing value on stuff that I know a lot about, which is like networking, content creation, and just basically living a good life. So I want to change my content to make it more informational, which you've always told me to do from day one. I've just never ever done it. I want to get the Creator Club to 100 members. I want to coach like 10 people one-to-one. Like I'm a real people person. I love helping people. Like I literally love it. And like, for example, I have 20 boys already in the Creator Club who I've helped for 2 years, and now they're all smashing it. Like look at Kevin. Kevin literally went from making 2 or 3k euros a month in Ireland, living in Ireland, and he signed up the Creator Club. Now he's literally living in Ibiza and he won't care about me saying it's big up to Kevin. He's literally making
a worldie.
Yeah, he's got himself a little Latina. He's making over 15k a month. He's living in Ibiza. He's got the best life ever. He met all of us. Like he came to parties with all of us. Like
he was such a different guy.
Yeah, we changed his life. Like, and I want to show people that it's possible for like, even if you are the most normal guy ever, you can do it if you're willing to put in the work. And also if you're willing to just put yourself out there. Like even little Jake, who I've got with me now, he's only 20 years old and he's helped me with so many things. Like what I used to help you with, like just doing random shit that I don't want to do. And I was like, oh, just come with me around Spain. On his first night here, he was at dinner with me, you, Rob, and like, I'm not bragging as if we're like massive people, but you and Rob are like his absolute idols of all time. And then 2 guys who are friends with Iman, all at the same dinner table. And he's like, what the fuck? Like, I can't believe it. I've been in Spain for 3 days and his life has already changed. And now he's at the mastermind with all of them for free. Like that people have paid 10 grand for.
Yeah.
So like, I want to just help people the same way that you helped me get this life and live my best life. I want to also help other people do it. People who are actually nice and who deserve it.
Do you know what I want to see from you?
What?
I want you to be shredded at least once.
I nearly got shredded before Bali. I was literally like, I've been 86 kilograms from when I was 17. I'm now 30. So I was 86 kilograms for 13 years. Never changed. Sometimes would go up by 1 kilogram. And then before I went to Bali, I was 78.9.
Yeah.
Because of the alcohol. So I was looking pretty good. We'll put it on the screen. I'll get Rob to put it on the screen because it was a proud moment. I was literally looking in really good shape. But I was
you had you could see like the top 2 abs.
Yeah, I was doing really well. But then I went to Bali and the food is just like, you have an app called Gojek, which is like Uber Eats. Same in Dubai. you don't get it in the UK or Spain, but
Yeah,
go
the
get-
guy comes around on a moped
Oh.
with everything.
like I go on the app and all I want is an iced Americano so I can fast until like 2 or 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And then I just somehow get like cinnamon rolls, croissants, like
Because if you do that transformation and get shredded, like it's just more people who be like, fuck, I want to work with you. How did you do it? You figured it out.
I reckon in 2 weeks it's going to be my birthday. I reckon I will have made good progress by then. I can do it pretty fast now because I know what I need to do, and I'm not drinking alcohol, which makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
Also, when you're not drinking alcohol, you don't hold on to as much water, so you're not as bloated and stuff. Like my face is like a lot trimmer,
Yeah.
whereas it used to just be big and puffy. So I was just an alcoholic, so that's what happens. But yeah, 100k on YouTube, I need to get that. For me, it's so hard because as we talked about before, I've never posted informational content, and informational content is how.
And people were like, what's this? You don't do this?
Yeah, and then it's so hard. Like I just love making vlogs, but no, I just want to keep going in the same direction. I'll probably drink a little bit, maybe have a bit of a ascend on my birthday, but then just if I continue on the same trajectory, like I'm the most, like I'm really actually like proud of myself.
Yeah, no, I'm proud as well. It's pretty unbelievable considering this time last year.
I was a lost cause.
You couldn't have been in a worse situation. And I was like, I can't even help you anymore. I was like, yeah, I think we're all just like, you just need to get it out of your system and then realize, fuck, yeah, I need to get out of here. And you did it. And you sorted everything out. So,
like I remember even just like I would have to call my mum and dad like once a week, and just like they would probably just dread the phone call, knowing that I was basically gonna have to tell them that something bad had happened, like crashed my car, lost my 800 quid Garmin, like just something bad would happen every week. And I feel bad for mum and dad, like they would have just had to like be prepared for that phone call, knowing that Louis done like jumped off his balcony and broke his fucking heel in half.
which actually happened, guys.
I jumped off my balcony and broke my heel, and then I was in a cast for literally 3 months. Had to have crutches, couldn't even hold my camera, couldn't do any work. Like, what an idiot.
God.
Do not go and do what I did. I don't recommend. I recommend getting a little bit loose every now and then, but I recommend just
set goals, smash goals, complete them, get a little bit loose, and then set new goals, smash them, repeat cycle.
Yeah, and if you're in an environment that's dangerous for you or
Get
surrounded
out.
by too much temptation, do not be there.
Yeah.
It's not a good place to be.
Get out. 100%.
Like you even know that as well. Like,
Remember 2021?
Yeah.
I was like, I literally left Ibiza and didn't say goodbye to anyone.
yeah, he literally just packed his suitcase and left. I was like, fuck. But it was the best thing you ever did. That's literally when you went and then started your podcast and shit.
Yeah.
That was the moment. That was the pinnacle moment that you just fucking changed and just leveled the fuck up.
Yeah.
From that moment.
Yeah.
I remember it so clearly. I literally remember it so clearly.
Also, like, I was like lost at that point. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
But that's what I think you need. I think you need to go through that bad stage or that bad period of feeling so shit and low and just questioning life to then go and elevate and then just go and fucking absolutely smash it.
Because some people complain about when something bad's happened or they're feeling really down. It's like, that's like, in a way, it's the best feeling ever, because that's when you change. That's when you're hungry, and that's when you really put in the grind. Like, the problem I have now is things are too good, like, they're too comfortable. Like, I almost want a bit of that feeling back to go and get at it again.
Go on. We'll go to Ibiza for a week. We'll get it back pretty
Let's
fast.
just go fuck up a couple of things and then back on the grind again. But yeah, appreciate that, Louis.
Thanks, boss. Thanks for having me on.
No worries. And I can't wait. We'll probably do another one in a year's time.
Yeah.
And we can have a catch up and see how well you've done.
See how we get on. By the way, little plug. We'll have a good video from Marbella. Are you going to make a video in Ibiza for my birthday, or are you just going to enjoy it?
On my channel,
Yeah.
we'll see. If I get one of those handheld ones.
Yeah, they perform well.
Yeah.
I'm so excited because my serotonin it's just completely reset. All my hormone levels are completely reset.
He's a little sensitive Sally now.
Yeah, so
First drink. God, I can't wait. I'm going to document that to see how you'll be after a couple of drinks.
I'm excited. But anyway, thanks for having me, Uncle Mike. I really appreciate it. And I want to say just thank you for everything you've done for me. And I can honestly say I wouldn't be in this position, living this best life, if it wasn't for you. So thank you very much.
Thank
and also
you,
my
man.
mum and dad always tell me, like, thanks to Mike for helping you get to where you are. So that's nice.
I appreciate
So
that.
thanks, boss. I really appreciate it.
Much love.
Love you too, boss.